Hey y'all, I'm on my way to go get on the treadmill. I mean, with the elliptical. I might get on the treadmill. I don't know. I left my sneakers down here. So, I'm putting them on. Try to get on here for 45 minutes today and do a little 15 on the treadmill. Oh man, y'all see my picture I bought from Ross yesterday? Y'all see it? I bought it to go over my bed. It had a little stain on it, but I thought, I still wanted it. I didn't even ask for a price discount. Figure I can get a little woolite or something and get off, right? I have been in lazy mode for the past 2 weeks. So it's time to get back on track. And I picked the right time to want to get back on track when the holidays is coming and everybody's eating barbecue and stuff, right? But, when you're a particular age, you got to keep moving, So, this is I'm about to, our little workout section, our bikes, my grandbaby's bikes. My son bought me that bike. That's my grandbaby's grandgirl bike. Grandson bike. That's his little Hoover, whatever you call it. Bumper car thingy. Yeah, this is our little workout section. Give me a minute. Let me set myself up. I'll be back. Yeah. Hey, fam. Trying to adjust this camera and get it right. I was just thinking about when I got on this elliptical. My elliptical is going to make it squeaky. So I hope that you guys can hear me. But there was one time when I was really into getting this weight off of me back in Jersey. This was maybe, I'm going to say 10 years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Me and the mister was at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness was like 2 blocks away from where we lived, right? So every time, the first thing I would do when I got to Planet Fitness was I always got on the treadmill for an hour, right? I did nothing else but the treadmill for an hour. Incline, the fullest incline for a whole hour. That's how I lost the weight. So one morning, hubby and I was at Planet Fitness. I always took the first treadmill and hubby would be next to me. So I was always on the outside and he was on the inside next to me. So, and this actually was like the beginning of the year. So the beginning of the year, everybody comes to the gym. Everybody's trying to do their little workouts. Their New Year's resolutions is to lose 100 pounds before summer. You know what I mean. So by this time, hubby and I probably were on there maybe about 15 minutes. And here comes this little big booty Judy, right? She don't probably know that we're together. We just exercising, right? But wouldn't it be just a coincidence that it's just me and him together and then there's nobody else on the rest of the treadmills? So wouldn't you think he's probably with me? Would you think that? But anyway, so I'm on the treadmill. This big booty Judy comes on the treadmill next to my husband, right? I ain't thinking nothing of it. You can kind of tell that this is her first time at the gym. But when I say my girl was matching from head to toe, my girl picked that outfit up to come to the gym that morning. So I'm just watching her because she's trying to figure out the treadmill. So I already knew that she's not familiar with Planet Fitness. She coming in here to be cute. She's setting up her phone. This was 10 years ago, y'all. She's setting up her phone to try to do a video. And she's talking all cute with the nail. I mean, like, the way this woman was dressed, you're too overdressed for the gym. What I have on is what I wear to the gym too. I don't get cute. I don't have time to be matchy. I come there to sweat, go home, bathe, and go on with my life. That's what I do. I don't care if my t-shirt got mad stains on it like this one. I ain't got time for all that, because that's not what I'm there for. So my girl, she's setting up her camera, making sure her hair's right through her phone, and pressing on the buttons on the treadmill. And so I'm watching her press the incline, right? So you got to be careful with the incline, because with the incline, it gives you an option if you want to go slow, medium, fast. Let's put it like that. So she want to be open. I can see this because she's like a treadmill or two away from me. So I turn and see. I can see what she's doing. She want to get cute. She ranks up the incline. She ain't bothered to look at the speed. You know. So I'm just walking. I'm sweating. I'm doing me, but I can kind of still see her, right? So she turns and she looks at my husband. She flips her hair, messes with her camera, and then press the go on the treadmill. When I say that treadmill took off, it took off, right? Knocked her ass right on her feet. She slid right, she fell and then slid right off the treadmill. I looked and turned to my husband and I said, if you move, I'm gonna kill you. He looked at me back and we continued to exercise. My husband is always one to help somebody. Male, female, child, dog. If he can help you, he would. But, you know, you doing all this to do what? You know what I mean? Like, it just makes no sense. Dressed all up to the nines. Looked like she just got her hair done. Like, for what? Get your exercise on. Get your sweat on. Throw your clothes in the wash. And go on with your life. Like, I think it's too much energy to waste your time on finding the perfect outfit to work out and get sweaty and sticky in the gym. I just never understood that. So I told my husband, I said, babe, either we do trail walking or we get our own little stuff and bring it in the house, because I can't do that gym. And like ever since COVID, I just been itchy. You know, everybody is not as clean as the next person. You know, there's people who wouldn't wipe off the machines after you see them dripping, sweating all over it and stuff. And then you have to come by and you have to re-wipe off the machine behind them. Then you wiping off the machine. Me, I'm talking about me. After I wipe off the machine, now I got to go back in the bathroom and re-wash my hands, because I got, you know, OCD with that kind of crap. So, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But I hope everyone is well. hope everyone is safe. Everybody's eating your vitamins and minding your business. That's what life is. Be healthy and mind your business. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm happy my son and daughter-in-law is gonna come home for a few days for the Memorial Day weekend. So I'm gonna put my bid in to cook. So that's what I'll be doing. We're gonna get the downstairs guest room ready for them. Just dust off because we did a little spring cleaning already. We painted, but we didn't finish. We still probably need about 2 more 5-gallon paints. And them joints is like almost $200 for a 5-gallon thing of paint. So I told my daughter maybe after summer we'll start to finish painting. Because we don't have much company anyway. And you know what, to be honest, the comparison with the original paint to the white paint we put on the walls, you wouldn't even realize it unless we said something, you know. But it needs a refresh. We got kids in here and they just be all over the place. So these walls need a refresh. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna come later with a little tiny haul, a little mini haul. I got something from here. Kira, Shein, and I think that's it. Just a little bit of something. I'm loving my little tripod. I had one, I had a good one, and I went to the New Edition and Boys to Men concert, and I brought the tripod with me and ended up having to give it back. I had to leave it. I wasn't allowed to bring it in the arena. And speaking of arenas, the State Farm Arena is like this. Like, once you sit down, you can't get up. Like, you can't move your feet forward. You can't move your feet back. You are just stuck in that space. And it's disgusting. I told my husband, I'm good on going back there unless we're downstairs, you know, on the floor. It looks like the seats were much bigger down there. But if I have to go, it will not be up where the other seats are. And it's my fault, because I let my god sister pick the seats. And like talking to her anyway, it already seemed like she wasn't going to spend for so much. We spent like $300 and something on our seats each. And she had said to me, she called me one day and she said, sis, you know the same seats we're about to sit in at the State Farm? They have the same seats, I think somewhere else. I'm not sure exactly where she said, but it was somewhere else. And the seats were like $100, $150 different. That's crazy. That's crazy. But the concert was really nice. I put a little bit of footage on YouTube. It was nice, but it was uncomfortable. I was not comfortable in my space. It was just open, just too crowded. People are very disrespectful. We're sitting there enjoying the concert, and the girls in front of me and my god sister want to stand up and move their hands all crazy, you know. And I thought that was disrespectful, because everybody everybody else is sitting down and you got to stand up in front of us. And I said, you know what? I promised my husband I was going to be a good girl. I promised my husband I was going to be a good girl. So you got to take what comes with the concert, you know, right? So I was just going to ask, excuse me, I'm trying to record. I can't, you know. And then I get irritated with that. The concert was nice, but me going to the concert, it started off crappy. It really started off crappy. But through God's grace, we made it. We actually got a hotel down in that area, and we walked from the hotel to the State Farm. It was a nice little 10-minute walk. It wasn't bad. It was a really nice day that day. It wasn't hot at all. So it was nice. But I've only been on here for 14 minutes, y'all. My plan is to try to stay on here for 30 or 45. I'm gonna try. So I'll be back, y'all. I don't have my clicker. I left it upstairs. So let me get back on this treadmill. I'll see y'all a little later. Peace. Hey fam. Just finished giving that treadmill, elliptical 45 minutes of my life. I'm about to make me some steel cut oatmeal. This is the oatmeal I use. You can probably get it from Whole Foods. I think that's where I got this from. But you can get steel cut oatmeal anywhere. But, you know, it's best to get the, you know, oatmeal that says got a whole bunch of no's on it. So this is pretty good. How's everybody doing? I'm noticing as I get older, it's harder and harder to work out. I don't have the drive anymore. But I know that I want to be healthy and, you know, take care of myself and try to live a little, just as long as my grandmother, y'all. My grandmother is, I think, my grandmother's almost 95 years old. I want to live that long, if longer. I really believe she's going to make it to 100. She's just built like that, you know. But hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is safe. I'm cutting the apple. I like apples in my oatmeal and walnuts. I don't have any more walnuts, so I guess I'll just be having apples. I don't even have any more tangerines. I like to eat a tangerine in the morning, but we gotta go to the market. Yeah, how y'all doing? I gotta be more consistent. I know with I like apple also in my oatmeal. I like it cooked in my oatmeal. I gotta chop that down. And yeah. Is it hard for everybody to get a job? Because I've been looking, y'all, and you know, I just can't do anything. You know what I mean? I can't be like, you know, older women working Amazon. When I was before we moved out here, I did a part-time gig at Amazon. And there were women like in their 60s, like older women who should be retired women, are working past the retirement age. And it's so sad. I'm worried for myself. You know, I'm worried for my husband. I'm worried for us. You know, this world that we live in ain't really worth being here in the United States. I get my cinnamon sticks from the farmer's market. So I usually just put 2 cinnamon sticks in my water while it's boiling. I use nutmeg. I use allspice, which is cinnamon, nutmeg, all that, cloves, all that, but still, I still use some for that little pungent, little top full of vanilla. I don't really like this vanilla, but I just use a little bit. Use a little teaspoon of sugar, brown sugar, because we don't have the, I use the tamarind sugar, but we don't have any today, so I'm using brown sugar. And that's it. And the water comes to a boil. I don't put butter in. I use 3 cups of water and maybe whatever we have, 2 cups of oat milk or coconut milk. We don't have coconut milk right now, so I just use this, a cup of this. And a cup of steel cuts that I'll put in the water once it boils. And I'm boiling an egg for protein. I always boil 2 eggs, but I always get full off of the first one. So it's just, sometimes it's just a waste. So I'm boiling 1 egg right now. That's it. I've never brought y'all with me when it comes to cooking, because my daughter's always in the kitchen. She's always cooking, and I don't want to be in her way. Right now she's at work, so this is a good opportunity to get my little cook on. That's really it. Just finished doing my little tutu on the elliptical. I'm gonna go shower and come back and do a little haul for y'all, and that's it. I'm just gonna try to be a lot more consistent with this YouTubing, because we are all the same. We're no different than the next. And you know, people on YouTube make up all these dilemmas and accusations and assumptions, and you know, and this is how we're living in the world, through accusations and assumptions and just accusing people of stuff and just assuming and taking people's content and dismantling it and discrediting the person, when this person could really be a dope person in real life, like, and you discrediting the person for views. Like, when did we come to this? You know, when did we come to disrespecting each other as women, talking about our man, talking about our lifestyle, talking about jobs, and just discrediting our home? You know, everybody's home is not tidied all the time. Even the tidiest houses, you're going to see a sweater or something out of place. Like, we're not living in a perfect world. And what's amazing is the people who do critique other people's homes are the ones who are with the most drama, you know. But anyway, let me do my oatmeal, and I'll come back and after I finish and talk with you guys. I want to chop my apple up and put my steel cut in there with my bananas, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Talk to you later. Peace. Hey, I'm back. Went upstairs to just wipe off and change my shirt so I can eat breakfast. And I guess after I eat, I'll bathe and put some clothes on. But hope everyone is well. I love a good apple. Like, crunchy, sweet, soury kind of deal. So good. I'm mad I don't have any more walnuts or pumpkin seeds, because those are the two things I like to put in my oatmeal. Actually, I have nothing. I have just the apple and maybe a few sprigs of raisins. I gotta go pick up some groceries. You know, as we get towards Mother's Day weekend, I don't know, you kind of feel entitled as a mother, right? There was a Mother's Day. I was talking to my daughter about this Mother's Day. This is probably the time that she left home. Like, she moved to Atlanta. And it was this Mother's Day. I don't know why my husband didn't have any money. I'm not even going to make an excuse for him. But I automatically knew he didn't have money for Mother's Day. This was over 10 years ago. Yeah, probably about 10, 12 years ago. From Friday, like, I knew he didn't have money. Because usually when Mother's Day comes, it starts like from Friday until the whole weekend. And I'm like, okay, Friday come, I didn't get any flowers. It usually comes with the flowers, then the gift, then the gift. Then if you want to go out to dinner, we go out to dinner kind of deal. You know, my husband was very transparent with that. But so Friday came and I'm like, okay, I ain't get no flowers. He ain't send no flowers to my job. He ain't. Okay. So I said, okay, maybe he's trying something different. Let's wait till Saturday. It's nothing at all. So I said, Sunday, I'm watching him. I'm just watching him. Like, he's not moving as if he was sneaking. He's just being his regular self. So I after Saturday night, I had just said in my mind that, okay, you're probably not going to get anything for Mother's Day. And so Mother's Day comes, Sunday morning, nothing. He said, Happy Mother's Day. My son said, Happy Mother's Day. I think he fixed me breakfast. Him and my son fixed me breakfast. And that was it. No explanations. No, I got you next week kind of deal. Because my husband was the breadwinner of the house. So he paid all of the bills, you know. With a few exceptions of me, I paid the light and gas bill and bought groceries for the house and made sure my kids was good. But my husband paid everything else, you know. And so I kind of understood it, but I just was like, damn, I didn't even get a card. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even get a card, you know. But when I woke up that Sunday morning, I realized that I wasn't getting nothing for Mother's Day. And he hadn't explained to me why. But I knew. As his wife, we've been together for so long, I knew. And so I said to him, I had money. I always have $1 or $2 stashed somewhere. And I wasn't working at that time. Yeah, I was working. And so I was like, well, I want to go. There's this restaurant on 135th Street in Harlem. And it's a food by the pound place. But their jerk chicken is amazing. Their jerk chicken and their collard greens is amazing. And every time I go to New York, I try to head there and get me some jerk chicken and some greens. But anyway, you know, him and my son, they took me there. And so now they looking around, they looking at me like, are you buying us food too? I was like, what? Y'all don't have no money to buy your own food? I had to buy them food. So it was 3 plates I had to buy on Mother's Day. I had to come out my pocket and buy. And I was bothered. I was annoyed, but I knew why my husband didn't give me anything for Mother's Day. And he didn't have to explain it because I knew. He knows that I know, you know. But you know how, like, when the new month come, like one paycheck, you'll use that one paycheck to pay all your bills and just be broke for the next 2 weeks. And then the other paycheck, the next time you get paid, you got so much money that you doing shit and you just not even, you know what I mean? So that was us. That still kinda is us. But I understood, but I was annoyed. But needless to say, Mother's Day the next year was amazing. He made up for it over and over again. And, you know, we've had our ups and downs, but I'm happy he made me a mother. I'm happy that he never left us. Despite our obstacles, we had obstacles. I've been with this man for over 30 years. We've had our ups and our downs, and more ups than downs. You know, and when the good can outweigh the bad, you got to think about it. If the good outweighs the bad, then you really have to think about it, you know. But yeah, I remember that Mother's Day. I was just so angry inside. Like, I just didn't, you know, after we got our food, we drove back home. I stayed in my room. I didn't talk to nobody the whole day. I just didn't feel like everything I put into my marriage and my children's lives didn't mean anything. And that I was hurt. But I understood, but I still was hurt. I'm human. So, you know, we had a conversation. I was like, just acknowledge me. Just let me know that you're proud of me. Just let me know that you love me. You can go to the dollar store and get a card. You don't have to buy me a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 bag every Mother's Day. Just give me, I'll take one rose and a card from the dollar store just to acknowledge that you love me and you're grateful for me, and it's Mother's Day. I don't have much, but I got you on the next one. That's just how we are, you know. But like I said, I understood, but it kind of bothered me, you know. I gotta stir my oatmeal, y'all. It takes a long time for this oatmeal to cook. A really long time. I like when it gets sticky on the bottom. Can you see? My egg is boiling. It's getting icky. Let me turn it down a little bit. My egg is boiling. Maybe I should put a top over it, right? Just gonna take any top and just put over it so the egg can cook inside. Okay. Oh yeah. Just waiting to get my oatmeal and eat my oatmeal, floss again, shower, put some clothes on for you guys so I can do a little quick haul. I have to take my vitamins. Guess I'll do that after breakfast. That's really it. I finally bought a new comforter. We have a king size bed, so king size comforters are pretty pricey. So my thing is, you know, I'll try Home Goods or TJ Maxx or Marshalls first to see what they got. But hubby and I, last week we went to Wayfair in Atlanta, and They're pricey, y'all. When you look at their stuff, you can say, I can probably get that from TJ Maxx or Home Goods or Marshalls or Ross. But the way they have it set up, it kind of gives you that IKEA feel. It kind of gives you that when you first walk in it, and it smells, it's a beautiful scent of like lavender mixed with like maybe honeysuckle or something. It's just an inviting, calming smell when you come in there. And you walk around and you're looking at the prices and you compare to things that you've seen and prices that you've seen in your head, and you're like, so me and the mister, we walking around, and it really wasn't nothing in particular I wanted from in there, because I know if I want anything pertaining to Wayfair, I'm going to go to Marshalls or Home Goods first. So, we looking around, and now we're in the bedding section. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe I should get a new comforter. I've been wanting a new comforter set since last year. So, I was like, let's get a comforter set. So they had like this pea green comforter with 2 shams. Or is it the 2 pillowcases, 2 shams, right? So, and that was on sale for $60 and some change. So we bring the damn thing home, and it's a queen size comforter. We have a king size bed. It's queen. I went and shopped for matching curtains. I had my husband driving me all over the place to look for curtains to match this comforter set. Go to find out, and it was it's just like that waffle material, and it was a comforter. It's just that waffle material. It was just a quilt with 2 shams. So we went in there, and we found the one that's just like the one that we were bringing back in a size king. The lady tells us it's 91 something, and with tax it'll be $95, $96, right? I said to myself, I'm not about to give them $96 for this comforter when this is not the comforter that I really want. Like I wanted something more ethnic, something more, you know what I mean? Something more ethnic. And maybe colorful, with, neutral kind of color deal, but they didn't have it. And I wasn't giving them almost $100 for a waffle quilt that looked like possibly it'll shag up easily. So I told my husband, I said, let's just take it back. And we had bought the curtains from Ross, of all places. Actually, I got like 8 panels for like $60. I got 8 panels of curtains for $60 in Ross. When Wayfair has 1 panel on sale, I'm talking about the on sale curtains. 1 panel was $20. 1 panel was $30. They had another panel there that was on sale for $50. Imagine if you got 8 windows in your room. I have 4 in my bedroom. I ain't doing it. So we ended up going to Ross, and I wound up getting 8 panels for $60. $60. But we ended up taking that back. So we ended up going to Home Goods. Was it Home Goods? I think it was Home Goods. We ended up going to Home Goods and finding a Rachel Zoe comforter, king comforter with the 2 shams for like $70, $80. And found the matching curtains, beautiful curtains too, in TJ Maxx. Is it TJ Maxx or Marsh? I can't remember which store it was. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I don't remember. And we also got 8 panels for maybe $80. I think it was like $80. So it felt good to, and 8 panels. I have 4 windows in my room. So 8 panels is the perfect amount I need. It is a perfect amount. I'm a mess. Stir this oatmeal. Stick. Love when it's thick, y'all. Pause, pause, pause. Taste. Y'all, do y'all have a favorite spoon you use? Like, this is the only spoon I use to eat oatmeal, yogurt, and ice cream. It's weird, but I love this spoon. I swear this could be sweeter. Let's see. Put a teaspoon. A teaspoon of sugar. My husband is not eating any of this oatmeal today, so I guess I'll put the rest up and re-warm it up tomorrow. That's better. Minding my business. What you doing? That's my grandson. You always got to know what you're doing. Always need to know what you're doing. What you do that for? Where you going? What you eating? I wouldn't trade him in for the world. He's so smart, y'all. He's been reading since 3. He's 4 now. My daughter's thinking about homeschooling because the kids are very smart. They're gifted kids. They're very intelligent kids. She planned them babies. Them babies were planned. They were no accident. They were no accident. I got an ice cream. Egg slicer. I'm so bougie, y'all. Cut my apple. not going to eat a whole apple. I just need a half an apple for my cereal. My granddaughter, she's the oldest. She's 6. She's in school. School's almost over. Goes to school. She does a couple of other things outside of school. My grandson, he's 4. He plays football. Yo, this is how I do my apples. My battery's 15%. My phone didn't charge last night. Oh, God. I'll be back, y'all. So I'm trying to angle this camera and charge my phone at the same time. I gave up my DJI. My eyes are so bad I can hardly see it. I went to go get the one with the bigger screen, and every time I always go, they're always sold out. So I don't know if I'll buy that. Maybe that's a sign. I want to get the iPhone and just video from my iPhone. That's what I'm really thinking about doing. Can y'all see? This is my breakfast. A hard-boiled egg. I have some honey hot sauce on it and some oatmeal with apples and raisins. I usually put either walnuts or pumpkin seeds and blueberries sometimes in my oatmeal, but we don't have any of that. So that's what I usually have. I don't know. I love oatmeal. I don't know what it is. As a kid, I hated oatmeal. But maybe it's the steel cut oatmeal. It's a different texture. But I love oatmeal. I love oatmeal. Oh man, this is so good. Ladies, what are we doing for Mother's Day? Look at me. Look at me, y'all. It's a mess. I never keep my shirts clean. Never. But yeah, what are you guys doing for Mother's Day? I don't know if I want to do anything. Everything is always crowded. There's always a line. My daughter and I, we enjoy going to a restaurant called Copeland's. It's like a buffet, but it's more classier, right? And it's like 45, there might be more now. Did we go last year? I don't know if we went last year. I don't know, we didn't go last year. Me and her just went to Snooze for breakfast and came on back home. And the guys cooked for us. That was it. Because I just didn't want to be bothered with the hustle bustle, standing online, just for Mother's Day, you know. But I know the year before then, we talked about going to, the year before that Mother's Day last year, we went to Copeland's. And it's almost as if you got to be there 6 o'clock in the morning just to be online. Just to get online, you need to be there 6 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if I'm ready to do that. I really don't. You know. I don't know. We really didn't finalize anything. We talked and talked, but we didn't really. All I want to do is just get a mani and a pedi, and I'm good. You know? Maybe have something good to eat for dinner later. But Mother's Day is just It's too crowded. It's too crowded. One comedian said, yeah, and take mothers out for Mother's Day. It's a 2-hour wait. The father go out for Father's Day. You can walk right in and sit down. No wait, no nothing. Just walk right in and sit down. I understand all that, but we the ones who carry these babies for 9 months and then gotta shoot them out, right? Get stitches and stretch marks and all. We deserve it, right? A doctor once told me, if a man tries to have a baby, he would die. A man cannot deal with that kind of pain. So, in my opinion, we should be called kings, right? Think about it, ladies. Hubby and I are getting up there in age. So one of the shots that we got was a shingle shot. And I remember before we moved out here to Georgia, this person that I know had shingles. She was a Caucasian, maybe about, at that time, she might have been 10 years older than me. And when I saw her, finally saw her, she was like, girl, if you can get a shingle shot, I would suggest you get one. You ain't got to get it right now. That was about 10 years ago. But when you reaching that 50 mark, it's important to get it. It's my age. So, Humphrey and I went to get it. We got our second shot. And so, the woman who gave us the shot in CVS, everything was private. They had this bifold there to get out, you know, so people, you have a little privacy. She went and took out her medication. She filled out the necessary paperwork. We filled out the necessary paperwork. But this hussy never told us what to look out for once you get the shot. We didn't get a paper, and we didn't realize all this till the next morning we wake up. Now, I got the shingle shot when I came home. I had took a shower that night, came home, put on jammies, ended up going to bed. Hubby had to work that night, so he was downstairs working. I wake up to go to the restroom. My whole body is like I couldn't control myself. Like I was, so cold. I was so cold. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I went to the bathroom, cleaned myself up, washed my hands, went back to bed, shivering. I was so tired. I just fell right back to sleep. But then when I woke up, I was okay. So when I wake up, I get up, freshen up, go downstairs and talk to my husband. Now at this time, my arm is so sore. It literally felt like somebody was punching me. Like it literally felt like somebody punched me in my arm. Punch me. So I go downstairs to see if maybe my husband experienced the same thing I experienced. We experienced the same exact thing. He said he had chills for a little while, like he's shivering chills. And then he got back to normal and started working. But his arm was sore too. My arm still feels a little achy. And this shot was what? Almost 2 weeks ago. And it still feels kind of achy. But anyway, long story short, I didn't want us getting shingles. I hear it kind of comes out like in your 60s and up. So I figured it was important for us to get this shot so we wouldn't have to deal with that and maybe possibly, burdening our kids because we're going through this. And, I never wanted to be a burden for my kids. So, I try to stay as healthy as possible. There's sometimes I slip up. I think we all do. But I'm not much of a drinker. I don't drink. I may indulge once in the blue moon in 420. But it's not often. It's not often at all. That's basically it. But yeah. I was shocked that I must be doing something right because last week and the week before last, everybody in this house was sick except for me. Everybody was sick except for me. My husband was sick as a dog. I said, not up in here. He went downstairs and he stayed in his office. You're not getting me sick just because you want to lay up in the bed. No, there's a whole bed downstairs that you can lay up in, a whole TV downstairs. You got your laptop, you got your phone. Whether you have access to the kitchen, you right there, bathroom right next to the room. You got to go. And so, my grandkids would come to my room and knock on the door. And they'll run up to me. I'll be like, nope. No, not over here. Go take it back to the door. And they would look at me like, really, Gigi? That's how you doing us? Yeah, that's how I'm doing it. I do not want to be sick. Every time my grandchild goes to school, she comes home, she's sick. I love you. But we just do air hugs. We do air hugs. Because being sick, it'll put you down. Especially when you start getting older. It puts you down. But my husband, he a G. Because he worked during COVID. He had COVID and he worked. He had COVID twice, and he worked. My daughters too, and her husband, they both had COVID, and they worked. Me, my ass would have been in bed under 4-5 sheets, quilts, whatever. I ain't doing it. So I'm going to finish up my oatmeal. It's so good, y'all. I know a lot of people don't like oatmeal, but I love oatmeal. I'm going to finish my oatmeal, take a shower, put some clothes on, and I'll be back to give y'all a little haul. All right? I love you for free. I mean it. True. Peace. Hey y'all, hey. Y'all been with me during breakfast this morning and my little workout on the elliptical. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is safe. Hope everyone's taking their vitamins, minding their business, drinking your water, and minding your business. Yeah, all that. Coming to you today with a little haul. Maybe this will be added to the, yeah, all three will probably be added. Coming to you with a little haul. I'm still waiting on a little bit of stuff from Shein, but it's all right. I don't know what it is. Just trying to get my Mother's Day together, trying to figure out stuff. You know how we do. We ain't sure what we're gonna wear. We ain't sure where we going, to be honest. But we just wanted to have options. Coming to you today with a little quick haul. Nothing too big. Just showing you. I think I got 3 items to show you, and I'm done. Okay, not that bad. I've been noticing. I've been on like Urban Revival. Micah's, some other websites. I gotta stop saying I got to stop saying but I was on a couple of websites and I'm noticing like the asymmetrical skirts are starting to come back out. I'm not sure if they ever left, but I'm starting to see that a lot more on different clothing websites. So I just wanted to see how this one would look. I found this one on Shein. I think it was under 20 bucks. I thought it was kind of cute. Can you see it, guys? Can you see it? I don't like asymmetrical. And I think this was under $20. So I figure I'll start with this. But I wanted to try to do it like a little gothic look. So I had found these. I had found my Doc Martens. I think I wore these maybe twice. Look at the sole, y'all. Twice. Maybe twice. So I figured I'd probably try to rock it with this and maybe like a black t-shirt, cut off t-shirt or something off the shoulder. Hey, I gotta figure that out. All right, this one is a little out of my element, y'all, but you know, I'm starting to feel I'm not showing all my whole body, and I just like to be a little different, and it is what it is, right? I don't have to dress my age. I don't want to feel my age. Who wants to feel their age? You know? But anyway, so I bought this from Akira. What got me was Brooklyn, and that's where we're from. What got me was that, and I thought this was really dope. Even though we going into the slip, putting the slip under the t-shirt and the camisoles under the t-shirt and stuff. So this will save me pieces. It's all in one. It's all one piece. I thought it was dope. And I figured I'll probably put it on with my Doc Martens. Give it like that, kind of like a little gothy look too, but a little hip look. Last but not least, almost, I bought these pants that are like viral on TikTok, but I didn't buy them from TikTok. I bought them from Shein. And whatever little coupon and discount I got them for like $20. I don't know if it's a scam going on, but I saw on TikTok, they had like, you can get 8 pairs of these pants, I believe, for like $24. Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at? I ain't never seen no 8 pairs of pants for no $24. But anyway, if that's the case, so be it. But I didn't buy them off of TikTok. I got mine off of Shein. And I think these are large. And I probably could have went for a medium because these are really big, y'all. And it's really cute because the fun thing about these, you can draw the string up on the side. You see it? And it gives the pants a different look. So I was like, what am I going to wear with this? I guess I'll probably put on, I'll probably dress these down. I see a lot of women probably wearing the, like their heels and a cut-off shirt or something like that. I'm 56 years old. I can't do those cut-off shirts and stuff. But I can do a heel. But I had found these. These are very old. These are old. These are by Steve Madden. And I figured I'd throw these on with them. Ooh. These are old. They're not that old. Probably about 4 or 5 years old. This is when the dad sandals was coming out and everybody's trying to figure it out. But yeah, I would wear them with this probably. And just put on a brown or a black tee. You know? Okay, yep. And last but not least, I got these as well. Same size, but they're just really big and loose. And same side effect as well. I said I would wear them with these to kind of like throw it off a little bit. Or maybe like some hot pink sandals. But these are by Stella McCartney in Adidas, from Adidas. And like I said, I got these from Shein. And they are large, and I probably could have got a medium. But I had planned to rock this with this, and even like a hot pink tee or something to throw all this black and white off, right? And a cute little pocketbook. And that's it. That's all I got for y'all, what I got on today is, I don't know if y'all can see it. Hold on one second. Can I stand on this? I have on, sorry y'all, should have probably had this already. I have on this Scoop blazer from Walmart. Ooh, I have on some jorts. Can y'all see? Some jorts from Old Navy. I paid like $10 for, I think. I got my loafers on. My Steve Madden loafer. And I got some red and blue and white socks on to bring out the red in the loafer. That's all I got, y'all. I'm chilling for the day. I don't even know what it's looking like outside. I just been in the house. I got on the elliptical, made me a little breakfast, brought the painting upstairs that hubby and I purchased from Ross Dress for Less. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. I need to go sit down and read a book. That's what I need to do. But I need to figure out what we're gonna eat for dinner. Maybe I need to take out some turkey ground or something and make something quick. Oh, I have some. I gotta check to see if I have spaghetti. We'll figure it out. I love you for free. Mean it. Bye.